Okay, so Module 6 skills test time. This is about balancing chemical equations. Now, if you're familiar with an equation in math, it means that one side is equal to the other side. And that's the same thing in chemistry. When we balance chemical equations, things must be equal on the left side as well as the right side. So what we're going to be using is a PHY simulation entitled Balancing Chemical Equations. And the first thing, notice there's two options, introduction or game. First, do the introduction. And notice in your quiz questions, first thing it tells you to do is just you're going to create balanced equations, and you're going to do several different things. You're going to make ammonia, you're going to separate water, you're going to combust methane. So go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do it for you, but you're going to go ahead and do it. You're going to do that by changing the coefficients. These numbers out front, these are called coefficients. And not to be confused with the subscripts. These subscripts here are different. So what a coefficient tells you is how many molecules of, in this case, methane, CH4, you would have on the kind of the ingredient side. The left side is kind of the ingredients, or your reactants, and then on the right side is your product. That's one of the arrow points in this one direction. So you put these ingredients together, you wind up making this product. And in this case, your ingredients are methane and oxygen, and your byproducts, or your products, are carbon dioxide and water. And so you're just going to go ahead and do that, and then answer the question as far as what do these different verbs mean. What does it mean to make? What does it mean to separate? What does it mean to combust? Now, in question 2, it asks, why do we adjust coefficients and not subscripts? Okay, so that's a very important thing to understand, is why in this simulation can you change? You can change these numbers up here, but notice I can't change these numbers. That's not allowed. I'm not allowed to do that. Why the heck not? Okay, so you answer that question. And then it tells you in question 3 to go ahead and play the game. Okay, so to play the game, you may need to refresh your browser and get back to this initial screen. And here you're going to choose game. And your choice is to play your game at either level 2 or level 3 difficulty. And notice it's going to ask you a series of questions. So it gives you 5 questions there at level 2, and probably the same thing at level 3. But 1 to 5 questions. So you're going to, again, get more practice in creating balanced equations. Once you've played the game, again, you can play it as many times as you want until you're satisfied with your result. Once you are satisfied, go ahead and take a screen grab. That's going to get uploaded to your instructor. That's where you're going to get your points for that particular question. Okay, questions 4, 5, and 6, and 7 sort of build on what you've learned then from the simulation. So you're welcome to keep on playing with the simulation in answering these questions, but you should have built enough information and have enough understanding of chemical equations, coefficients, subscripts, in order to answer the remaining questions in the activity.